what's up? We're going to be going over all the new weapons from the new 30th anniversary expansion, or DLC, and all the new perks on them, and go over what they do, and potential god rolls and whatnot. So, Luna can drop from the dungeon, which is really cool. It can drop from the secret chests and all that stuff. Now, Accurize, but Ricochet works pretty well, and then you can get Rapid Hit, Heating Up, Outlaw, Rangefinder, which increases the zoom a bit, and Perpetual Motion, which is a new perk where this weapon gains bonus stability, handling, and reload speed while the wielder is in motion. So that's pretty neat. And Luna is a Stasis 140 hand cannon, which is really nice. A little bit different than how it was in D1, considering Stasis didn't exist back then. But it can roll with Harmony, which is really good, Kill Clip, which is exceptionally good, Demolitionist, which is not bad, Headstone, which is also really nice, and then Snapshot, which, yeah, Snapshot's decent. We also have the first ever legendary Trace Rifle. You can get this from opening treasure caches after finishing the 6-man activity over by Xur, and it can roll with some pretty decent perks. It can roll with Perpetual Motion, which is one of the new ones, Subsistence, which is really nice, and in the second slot you can get things like Disruption Break, Harmony, which is really cool, One for All, which exists, and then Golden Tricorn, which is another new perk where final blows with this weapon grant bonus damage. While this buff is active, grenade or melee kills of the same damage type greatly increase its damage duration. So that's pretty cool. And then it can also roll with Frenzy, which is especially nice. This is looking like a really nice roll for the Trace Rifle. Now we've also got the Wastelander M5 shotgun, which can be obtained the same way as the Retraced Path, and you can get Full Choke, Accurized, or Assault Mag, and you can also get Rifled Barrel, which isn't bad, Barrel Shroud, Subsistence, Perpetual Motion, Slide Shot, which is going to be pretty nice on this too. Perpetual Motion seems like it'll be really good on shotguns though, and then Opening Shot, 1-2 Punch, Harmony, and Adagio. This thing seems really nice. I tried it out in a couple private matches and in Crucible for a bit. It feels really good. So I'm gonna be honest, this sword disappoints the hell out of me. I don't even know how you get it. I'm assuming it's from the dungeon. Sorry for anyone that was hoping I'd have like a concrete answer. It doesn't. I was expecting this to be Crown Splitter, but for every class, it's not. It's a Vortex frame, which just got nerfed recently. It can't even roll with like too many great perks. It can roll with Jagged Edge, Swordmaster's Guard, Duelist's Trance, which is a new one I believe, where Sword Final Blows grant increased charge rate, efficiency, and defense until this weapon is stowed. And then Chain Reaction on a non-caster frame sword is neat, but it's just not great. Look at these perks for the curated roll. They knew this thing wasn't going to be anyone's favorite. Alright, we've got the fabled Matador 64, the shotgun that could outrange Fellwinners back in Destiny 1. I was pretty scared when I saw that this thing was coming back, I'm not going to lie. You can get, it's a precision frame though, by the way, which is nice, but it also has the impact of an aggressive frame, which means this thing is going to be exceptionally lethal at ridiculous ranges. It's just going to completely replace Fellwinners if you can get a good enough roll. Now I know the sights on it are a bit wonky, but for this one you definitely want to go with a range masterwork, Full Choke since it's a precision frame, either Accurized rounds or Assault Mag, depending on whether you like a faster fire rate or not, and if you don't like any of the perks in the first column, like Perpetual Motion, which I think would be really nice on this, or Pulse Monitor, which just got a buff, you could go with Full Auto, which will increase the fire rate on it, so that's nice. And then in the final slot, there's Golden Tricorn, Harmony, Opening Shot, and 1-2 Punch, Killing Wind, and Swashbuckler. So this thing can just roll a bunch of crazy good perks. Now the Battle Rifle is very cool. It can roll with some really nice perks, and it has perfect hipfire accuracy. That's not an over-exaggeration. That's not some YouTuber trying to oversell you on some stuff for views. No, it's got perfect hipfire, which is phenomenal. No other gun in the game is really like that, and the only thing that hurts it is its range is admittedly not the best. Now, it has its own unique frame. It feels like a 450 pulse rifle, but it's a 3-round burst, not a 4-round burst, and it can roll with some really nice perks. Now, you definitely want something like Full Bore and a range masterwork because that's going to be the one thing you need to focus on the most. Accurized rounds is definitely going to help that. Outlaw is going to be nice. You can also get Perpetual Motion. Snapshot is not really useful on this because of how high the handling is already. Demolitionist is going to be kind of okay if you like that. Killing Wind would not be bad on this actually. And then it can roll with Blunt Execution rounds. damaging nearby combatants with melee abilities dramatically increases handling and damage. Expires after a short duration or the next shot. Kill clip is going to be really nice. Now you can also go with rangefinder, which increases its zoom a fair bit, so that's going to be pretty nice. Now, next up, we have the half-truths, which can roll with Duelist's Trance, Tireless Blade, or Relentless Strikes, and then Thresh. But it can also roll with a brand new perk, Eager Edge, which gain increased sword lunge distance immediately after switching to this weapon. This thing is actually pretty insane. It's the new best way to sword skate, according to pretty much everybody I know that has it. I still haven't gotten one yet, but I'll get one soon enough. And then it can also roll with Harmony, which is pretty neat. Now I have absolutely no idea where to get this sword. No one seems to. It is in the API, but you can't check it in collections or anything, which is very interesting. Now it can roll with Eager Edge in the first perk slot, or trait slot, whatever. And then in the second slot, Whirlwind Blade, Surrounded, Vorpal, and Frenzy. So this one seems like it's going to be the fun sword to just mess around with and tide us over until we can get this one, which is going to be an absolute beast. Alright, we have a very interesting new weapon called the Pardon Our Dust, which is a lightweight frame, breech-loaded grenade launcher. It can roll with things like Hard Launch, Spike Nades, Blinding Nades. None of the other grenades matter. It can roll with Autoloading Holster, Killing Wind, Ensemble, Pulse Monitor, which is actually going to be pretty good now. Perpetual Motion, which seems like it would be really cool on this thing. Danger Zone, which is a pretty underrated perk. Vorpal Weapon, Rampage, and Adrenaline Junkie. It's got 98 velocity too, which goes crazy with Spike Nades. Forgot that I'm throwing in now that includes its own unique perk is the Zephyr Sword from the Dawning, which has a perk called Cold Steel, where powered sword hits slow targets. So that's going to be really annoying in the Crucible most likely, but it's going to be really fun to use in PvE. This is a really nice looking sword too, and I'm hoping it shades a bit better than that, but yeah, it's not too bad. Next up, we have the beloved 2.0 snipe, 44 zoom sniper that can roll quick draw and snapshot. Now, I know many of you might be thinking, with quick access sling, we don't really need quick draw. Yeah, but it's still nice to have, I guess. I mean, you could put Icarus on it and get those nasty in-air snipes. It can also roll with Heating Up, Triple Tap, Firmly Planted, Perpetual Motion, which is a bit of a weird one, No Distractions, Golden Tricorn, and yeah, Snapshot Sights. So that's pretty neat. I really like this weapon, honestly. And I know it does drop from the dungeon along with Matador and Ias Luna and Thorn Armor. Everything else drops from Zur and those, chests by him that you get the keys from for the 6-man activity. They don't actually drop from the 6-man. I feel like that does need to be cleared up, because a lot of people were a bit confused by that. But, yeah, pretty sure that's it. That's the last ones. And then as far as the exotics go, we've got the Forerunner, which the Catalyst is going to take some time to get. This thing is a beast in PvP, though. It's the reason Mechanier's Trick Sleeves got disabled, if you happen to have noticed that. But it has the perks Pace Yourself, where tapping the trigger gives this weapon less recoil and improved accuracy. And then the intrinsic trait is Full Stop. Oversized sidearm with extended range, heavy caliber rounds, fires full auto with increased rate of fire, deals increased precision damage to unshielded targets. So that is just, it's so fun. It's the Magnum. It's so good. It's so fun to use. And then additionally, and the Catalyst says increases magazine size, final blows with Wolfpack rounds spawn a faster, more powerful missile at the target's location. And then there's Pack Hunter, which is a really cool perk where gain increased handling and reload speed when standing near allies. Firing this weapon also grants Wolfpack rounds to nearby allies wielding non-exotic rocket launchers. So it's like, I'm pretty sure it's Ensemble and Firing Line all in one. That's pretty cool. You get a little damage buff for your allies, which supposedly lasting impression rockets do more damage with this than explosive light rockets by about 5,000 or 6,000. So that's really cool. And yeah, that's pretty much going to do it with all the different weapons and perks and everything. Hopefully I did not miss any, but yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow, and I'll show off all the new cosmetic things, mods, and equipment. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm going to be going through and detailing a lot more stuff that's going on over the 30th anniversary expansion, just because I am now finally done with all my classes, thankfully, which is nice. So, yeah, later.